Well, we met actually through playing basketball. We met in basketball camp, pretty much in Santa Barbara. We were both invited to this like invitational basketball camp, and you know, we kind of, that's where we first met. You know what I mean? And you know, in high school, like, you know, that was like in junior high. In high school, we ended up playing for almost like rival like high schools. You know what I mean? So he played point guard, I played point guard. You know, but we became real good friends just through basketball. And before games, we would even sit down like in the stands, and I just started making beats, and he was already rhyming, and you know, so finally, you know, we decided to just go in the studio, start working on stuff. We cut a demo, you know, right before we went away to college, and ended up going, you know, we moved to Atlanta. I went to Morehouse, he went to Morris Brown, and we kept working on music, kept cutting demos, and then we finally really officially formed So Scientific like around 94, 95.
Really like 93.
Yeah, really like, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, we basically met through basketball, our love for basketball pretty much. And then we found out that our parents had already, you know, pretty much knew each other. They lived next door to each other, you know, before we were even born. So, you know, it's kind of crazy to find that out, you know.
You know, I play ball still, what, 4 or 5 days a week. You probably can't tell because I'm a big cat, you know? But, you know, we still play, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For us, you know, we're kind of a real introspective group. Like, I write a lot of stuff for, you know, personal reasons and whatnot. So, a lot of stuff that, you know, Khalil makes pretty emotional music. Like, it evokes a lot of emotion from a writing standpoint. So, a lot of stuff that we make is just really influenced by, I know it sounds cliche, but really like everyday life. Like, well, at least everyday life that we go through. Personal trials and tribulations, triumphs, you know, the peaks and valleys of life, really, you know, and that's why it usually takes us a little bit longer to create, because it's not really manufactured in terms of just being a product. It's more like an album, a collection of thoughts and happenings from whatever period of time we're working on something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just to pick off, I mean, it's definitely life experiences, you know, family is definitely an influence, and also hearing other great music, you know what I'm saying? Going back and listening to classics, listen to P. Rock and Steel Smooth or Gangstar or Molly Mall, 45 King. I mean, we listen to all that. I mean, we're students of hip hop and music in general. So, you know, that's we pick, you know, we get our influences from a lot of different sources.
I really don't have a formula. The only thing that's probably constant with me is, you know, marijuana. At this point, you know, marijuana and, you know, Khalil's beats. You know, we've been working together for like 13, 14 years, so, you know, it's like it's sort of just a chemistry. You know, sometimes I say it jokingly, but, you know, I mean it sometimes. Like, I feel like I don't sound as good on other beats, you know what I mean? Just because you develop a natural chemistry with somebody after you work with them for so long, and just as self-scientific, it works, you know what I mean? Yeah. So there's no formula. The only formula for me is, you know, I get locked into a beat, roll up something, and there it go, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, we definitely go off of, I mean, it's definitely off of emotion, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a chemistry, you know, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, you know what I mean? We kind of, you know, we just kind of go with it. Like when we're in a groove and we're in the studio, we kind of just stick with it. And, you know, I'm always making beats and trying new ideas and stuff, so.
Yeah, he's constantly making, we're kind of direct opposites like that, you know what I mean? He's constantly making beats, and I used to write a lot more frequently when I was, you know, younger, first getting started, but now, you know, I create with a specific intention. Like, we form a concept for an album, and then make the songs to embody the concept, you know what I mean? And whatever happens in between there kind of shape the songs, you know what I mean? But it's with the intention of whatever we come up with, the concept for the complete album.
You know, we record with Pro Tools. I have a full Pro Tools rig, TDM rig. I also have another Pro Tools setup that I used to make beats with. Like, you know, I use Reason now. You know, Change, the album, it's a combination of ASR 10 and Reason, so because it was kind of like during a transition period, because now I just use strictly Reason, strictly software to make beats now, which, you know, to me gives me a little more flexibility. Just, you could do whatever you want, you know what I mean? And you can take wherever your imagination, you know, wants to go, you can take it there, you know what I mean? So you know, I have a lot of vintage keyboards and stuff like that, so, you know, we try to incorporate that.
A lot of musicians,
you know, we use a lot of musicians. guitar players, bass players, horn players, flute players, you know, vibraphonists we have on the album, vocalists, you know, and it's just kind of getting to a point where we're almost going to be doing original music, you know what I mean? Because we're kind of phasing out sampling a little bit, you know.
Yeah.